All right, we are back and we finally have another guest.
I know. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for committing to us because we've had a couple of, not really,
No.
just
a little, we're just not very organised because we're doing it on the fly, kind of, which I love.
Yeah.
Two fly girls, duh.
Yeah.
But, it's good to that you've actually, we've got you on and you're our first male guest as well, which is really cool. Which, is exciting because I feel like our podcast is very female dominated, but we want to show all walks of life. We want to show, interview females and males and get the male perspective on some things as well. So
cool.
Yeah, because
it's not too controversial.
No, I think it's good.
Get bashed by you guys for stage.
No, you'll be fine.
It's a bit of a weird dynamic, isn't it? Doing a podcast with two girls. But no, Beck said it perfectly. We're very much speak from experience as females in combat sports, but I think it's great for your audience and our audience to hear your perspective as well on some things because males go through the trenches just as much as anyone. And I think you actually, because I've known you for so long, you represent that so well. Obviously the way you fight, the way you hold yourself and what you post on social media, I feel like you're super open with that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
I appreciate it. No, it's good to be here. I'll try my best. I'll be very open.
No pressure at all.
No pressure. So those that don't know Benny was a Muay Thai fighter. How many years?
I think I competed 10 years at Thai boxing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Big career.
Yeah. And then has not so recently transitioned into boxing, the professional boxing space.
I had my first debut when I'm 2016, but it was just I was kicking pads and then Wayne would just be like, do you want to jump in and have a fight? I'm like, yep, sure, jump in, go back to kicking pads the next week. But I actually proper crossed over to boxing it was the end of 2018.
Yeah,
so it's only about 6 years, I think.
Yeah, cool. What was we obviously met way back in Boonchu days.
Yes.
So we were both fighting out of Boonchu. I would have been 14, 15.
Yeah.
Or even younger, 13, 14, and then you would have been how old? 16, 17?
Well, I reckon when we first met, I first started at Boonchu when I was 14. But what year did you come in?
Oh god, 2012.
Yeah, I would have been 17.
2012, yeah. Crazy.
So you've known baby Chels. You've known her.
Yeah.
You've seen her hit puberty and grow up into a young woman.
I'm a woman now. You saw all my crying in the gym after sparring sessions.
Yes.
Okay.
So how many Muay Thai fights did you have in your career?
40 pro.
40
in total. I think I had 2 or 3 that pro.
And how many boxing fights have you had?
16 now.
16.
Yep.
So you've got a lot of fights under your belt. That's a lot of experience
A lot
too.
of wear and tear.
And I was about to add on to that. I saw your post actually that you posted yesterday, I believe, on Instagram, talking about the sacrifices that you've had to make to, be a professional fighter. And one of them was over nearly 40 broken bones you've had.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That is crazy.
I'm surprised you haven't done more. Haven't done more kicking and punching, but
no.
I've just done so many toes. I've done my ribs. I've done vertebrae. I've done my face a few times. I've done jaws, knuckle. I've done my right hand 7 times.
Yeah.
I've just over the years and just ligaments and stuff in the ankles from kicking and
You've accumulated them in training and in fights.
Yeah. I actually kicked my toe walking out once. You know that? when I was 15, I was.
Tell you what, that's the worst fucking injury. Even when you kick the end of your bed, you're just on the floor
I kicked the smoke machine on the walkout. I was 15 and I was walking out and the chick was like, just make sure you go to your left because the smoke machine's on the right. And I'm like, copy.
Gotcha.
I was walking out
straight into the smoke
and all
machine.
the smoke was there and I was like, go to the left. So I went to the left and I kicked the thing was on the left.
Oh my god.
I kicked my pinky toe and I broke it. And it was proper went to the doctor.
Oh my god.
I fought with a broken toe.
Did it affect you in your fight? Were you wary of it?
I was still really young, so I think I was just freaking out. The adrenaline got me through, but when I kicked it, I felt it. I was like, ow.
What's the craziest injury you've had?
Oh god.
You're all 40 of them are crazy.
Hold on. No, I think I did a vertebrae in my back when I was really young, and it wasn't the worst pain or the worst injury, but it just was so long.
The recovery.
Yeah.
It just took so long to get good again. Like it would go bad for 6 months. I was in school still, so I couldn't go to school.
Yeah.
Couldn't train. And
I actually remember this.
Yeah, and that'd be good for like 2 or 3 months, and then it'd just go again. I didn't fight for like a year and a half, I think, when I had that. But
does that still linger? Do you still get like back issues or anything?
Okay.
No,
yeah. I think I've got
good.
a little bit of like a weak point, like in my hammies and in my back, just from the lack of training, I suppose. In that area, I've always been a bit hesitant of it, but the back doesn't really give me any more drama. Thank goodness.
I feel like backs can be so debilitating. Like I've literally just come off a back injury at the start of the year, and I had like in total like 4 bulging discs, but bulging discs are so common, like everyone has them, but I feel like there's times where they flare up and whatever you're doing makes it like worse. But I was in so much pain. Like I can totally relate. Like I couldn't train, I couldn't sleep without pain. Like it was fucked.
There's not really much exercise you can do. Like you can't do anything with your arms, you can't use your
Exactly.
legs.
It's your whole
Everything
body.
involves your back or core, which then engages your back. So
Yes.
you're kind of stuck, aren't you?
Yeah, no, that's injuries are fucked. So how's life now? How old are you now?
30.
30.
And you got married last year, I see, as well.
Yes,
Was it last year?
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, life's flying. I'm good. Life's amazing. Last year or so, just illnesses and sicknesses and all that. It's been like the last 6 months has been pretty wild, but coming out the other side of that, I'm really good. Like,
Good.
Happy in love, good friends, good family, good supporters. I'm pretty lucky to be where I am. I'm signed with Tasman, so they're going to be regularly getting me fights.
Yeah,
so
good.
I've got 0 complaints at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, cool. Do you have a fight booked or lined up or anything that you can speak of, or is it hush-hush?
Yeah, you know what it's like. It's so much red tape, but we're working towards November would be ideal.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
So it's around the corner. It's 10 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Depending who it is, what it's on, like just depends what card they can put together, or if it'll be on something else. There's so much involved in it, but we will fight the back end of this year at some point. Hopefully November's the goal anyway.
That's good.
That's like the hardest process, I feel, is like getting news, what you're going through now. And then I found out today, like, you know, drips and drabs. And it's like,
they like drip
how
feed
much
you information.
Yeah. And it's almost like, how much can I hold on to? And then you don't want to jinx it, or like, you know, you don't want to tell everyone, because if it falls through, you look like an idiot again. But like, that's part of the process, obviously. Like,
Or not being able to announce it as well.
Yes.
You're like, it hasn't been announced yet, so you have to keep it hush-hush. And then you've got family and friends like, when are you fighting next?
Yeah.
And especially if they don't live near you, they're like, they need to book their flights, their hotels. And
Yes.
I've forever got all my family and friends in Tasmania hassling me about when I'm fighting.
Yeah.
Which I love that they're so keen and they want to come support me. But it's like, I just wish I had more information for them.
Yeah, it never changes though. It's always the same. It's just a sport.
It is.
It's not just one promotional or another promotion. It's just
the
the
fight game.
nature
It
of it.
is.
Yeah.
And it's like they give you a date and no opponent. So you're like, I'm fighting on this day of the month. And they're like, who? And you're like,
I don't know.
At the moment, I'm just rocking up and
I'll
no one's
find
there.
out fight week.
Literally.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a hard part of the, like, we all just have to stay consistent. And we were talking about it on one of our other episodes, how I feel like in combat sports as a whole, boxing, bare knuckle, MMA, we train so much more than we fight. And it's so hard. Like, you see, like, football players and, like, all these other sports, and they're just constantly competing. And they've constantly got that itch scratched, but we're just, like, sitting there like...
And if one thing goes wrong, it becomes... like 6 months off. You know what I mean? Like I fought January 8 and I was like, we're off to a good start to the year. I want to be active. I want to be... It's fucking
It's almost
right. I'm in the same boat and I'm getting told November too. I was like shame on me for believing that I was going to, be more active. But it's out of my control. I'm not sure if it's out of your control, but...
mine was through like sickness and injury. I had a schedule, but just like you were saying before though, like even if you do have a plan,
it never goes to
one
plan.
Injury, one
sets you
anything.
back.
Yeah.
So
I know. I saw that move.
you're already breaking the studio, Benny.
I was like, what is happening over here? Maybe.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Is
fine.
that okay? I won't bump it.
So in an ideal Benny world that fights,
Yeah.
how often would you like to fight? Like myself, like 3 to 4 times a year is like my ideal.
Yeah.
Even if it's like not like ever going to be reality because I just don't fight that often. What would be your ideal like
Exact same.
the same?
Yeah.
Like you think 3 to 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4
year.
these days. When I was younger, like my biggest Muay Thai year, I had 9 in 1 year.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So I was pumping them out, and I was so cooked. Like that was that year I did the 8-man. So I had
Yes.
3 of those were in one night, and then I had like the other 6 throughout
Far
the year.
out.
Had like 2 overseas that year too. So it was just like
A lot
here,
of
there, and
travelling.
everywhere. I was cooked. But then like with boxing, it's been like, all right, you'll have one. I had one in October, one in January. They'll
Yeah.
have one in November, and it's just
Yeah, it just drags it out. Hey.
yeah. So if I could have 3 or 4, that would be sick.
Yeah.
But it depends how the body holds up.
Yeah,
You know?
it's some things are just out of your control, especially with illnesses and injuries. It
Yeah.
sucks that anyone that has kind of a normal job doesn't really have to deal with that. It's like
Yeah.
They're like, oh, my back, I've been sitting down all day.
Yeah, literally. That's something that I wanted to ask you about. So your last fight, I know like we've spoken about it, didn't go to plan because everything was perfect in the lead up, or was it not? And then something happened.
The recent one or the one
Yes.
before that?
Oh,
mate, honestly, I've had the worst run. So in January, the one I had fought for the Pan Pac title. So I felt amazing in that camp. I felt so good. And then went to Bali after the October fight. And I ended up getting a stomach parasite. And then so I was so sick that whole camp. And then like I literally shit myself 3 times fight week.
Oh, no.
Like we were on the way to the press conference. I'm not kidding. We were on the way to the press conference and I was in the car with them and I just did a Yui and she goes, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just shit myself.
You trusted to fart,
no,
didn't
I
you?
didn't. My guts were just dropping. I was so sick, dude. Like, I know. It was fucked.
My son's gonna hate this, but he used to fart and shit himself sometimes. So we nicknamed him Drip Tray.
So
That was
rough.
the first thing that just came to mind.
yeah,
Drip
honestly.
Tray's your new nickname
Yeah,
now.
my God.
legit. It was fucking so bad. And then like the lead up, me and Josh were just like, he was just pumping me full of all these like anything we could find.
Did you know it was a parasite, or
I
did you
didn't,
just
I didn't
think
know
you
what
were...
it was, so I ended up getting my stool checked because I was so sick, like fever, sweats, like every sickness you got.
So you didn't have trouble making
I
weight.
feel so
Yeah.
bad that I'm like,
Oh, don't. It's funny now because we had 3 gastro stops in the back room before I walked out. Like
Wow.
we had them.
Shit.
I had the runs at the venue.
Were you scared you were going to shit yourself in the ring?
Yes.
I would have been mortified.
Yes. I was actually saying. I said to Josh, I'm like, I need to get this done in like
I need
3
an uppy.
rounds. 'Cause I'm gonna shit myself on TV. Like it was so bad.
I need to knock him out in the first round, or this is not ending
and
well.
then after like 4 rounds, like because I was so cooked, I was
You
on
would've been exhausted.
all
Oh
sorts
my
of
God.
antibiotics, and I
Yeah.
only got back up to like 73. I couldn't even put my weight on.
Yeah.
After like the 3rd round, I could just feel myself going, and I said to Josh in the corner, I'm like, "This is a distance fight." Eh? He goes, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah, you're going to have
Yeah.
to dig deep for this one.
Yeah, and then so that took me a month or so to get, because I had to go set my stools away, and then got on all these like parasite cleansers and stuff. Got rid of that. Started this back end of another camp, and then so pretty much there's a thing called Klebsiella pneumonia. So it just pretty much gives you infections. It gives you everything from like lung infections. It shuts your organs down. So my liver and kidney function were running really low.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I was cooked. So pretty much I got that, and then I felt on and off. Went to the doctors, and they were just testing my blood, testing everything. Couldn't find anything, and then it was like 2 weeks out from the fight. I ended up just like fevers, shaking. Do you remember when I had septicemia when I was younger? I ended up in hospital.
Yes.
Yeah, so this causes sepsis, so it gives you blood poisoning, and so I've had that before. I was in like a coma for like 7 days.
That was fucked.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I lost like 8 kilos. I didn't wake up for like a week. I had like a PICC line in my vein to my heart with 3 months full of meds, full year recovery, like almost died kind of thing. Last thing I remember like was just shaking, fever, collapsing. Woke up a week
So
later.
you could feel that coming again.
When I went to the hospital, I got home from I did a video shoot with Sports Pick, and we like did interviews and we're chatting, and I was driving home. I just got like mad shivers, and I was like, "Fuck, this is a bit weird." And
I
then
know this feeling.
I got in the door, and I like I couldn't pick up my phone. I was shaking so bad, and I just felt like whole body agony. And then I said to Em, I'm like, I think I got to go. Went to the hospital. They tested, and then it came back for this thing, and then they gave me these meds. 2 weeks later, Went back in. They gave me like a 10-day course. Went back in, said it was all good. I went to my local GP, and then so this was literally like
Fight camp. You were still in camp.
this was like the week out from the fight. They
Oh,
said
wow.
that they said
That's not ideal.
They said I was all good, so I was cooked for like the 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
And then they said at the doctors, so I've actually looked into lawsuits and stuff. Just for what it's worth, for what I'm going to put in, I'm not going to get out. But I ended up going to the GP, getting tests. And then on the Monday of the fight week, or the Wednesday, sorry, of the fight week, they gave me my results and he said, nah, it's all good, it's negative. And they had a fill-in doctor. And I literally called Josh on the way out and was like, we're good to go. Like, we'll be sweet. We'll just knock the rest of the week out, cut the weight.
Yeah.
Get through it.
After the press conference, I started getting the shivers and stuff again. This was the night before weigh-in. Straight to the hospital, tested positive for it. And then so at this point I hadn't eaten, and you know how I cut. I didn't eat or drink anything for 48 hours. I was cooked. I went to the hospital, was in there till like midnight. They pumped me full of liquid antibiotics, gave me another script. I went home, slept for like an hour or two, went straight to Josh's, started cutting weight at like 4:35 a.m.
Holy fuck, that's the last thing your body needed.
I was so cooked, and I did like 4.5 kilos morning of, and we were on our scales, and then we got to the venue, and you know how it works. Sometimes you're over, sometimes you're under, depending on the variance. That's why they give you the 2-hour lenience. But we were over on theirs, and I was just at the point where like I was like pissing fire. Like my organs were shutting down. It was horrendous.
You literally could have died.
Yeah, I was trying to make myself throw up in the bathroom. I was walking around the venue naked, just sitting on the scales, just like, oh, this is
just
fucking
cooked.
bullshit. And I understand, like, at the end of the day, it wasn't. I was like 150 grams off on the scales, and I'm actually glad I didn't make it though, because in that situation, I woke up the next day and I felt like I had gone for a marathon run. My legs were cooked and cramped. I wouldn't have been able to fight.
For sure, yeah.
But I tried to push through it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens. So that lasts like far out. Like I went and saw a naturopath, and then they put me on these other antibiotics. But they said when I went back to the doctors, probably like 2 months ago, to get my final result, came back clear. The doctor said the result that I went to look at on fight week came back positive. The doctor told me it was...
Gave you the wrong result.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
how do you make that mistake?
So he was a fill-in, and so this guy ended up, there was like this old dude, and he walked in, and he gave me a lecture. You guys have both been through this. When are you going to get a normal job? What are you going to do after fighting finishes? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I know, right? So this doctor was a fill-in, and it was fight week. I've just come off being sick. He tried to lecture me when I was in the doctor's appointment, and I literally said to him, I'm like, mate,
shut up.
Please give me the results. I need to know. And he got a phone call. He answered the call, and it sounded like he was getting doctor results about him, because he had like hearing aids in. He was an old boy. And he was like, oh, I got to go. Seemed like really flustered, looked at it and was like, you're all good. And I double checked with him. I'm like, they're good because I'm fighting this weekend. Like he goes, they're good, mate. They're good. I left and it came back. Good. And then I was going to go forward with it and go for, because it was, we had a case, but just the amount of outlay I'd have to put into it.
Yeah, that's the shit part.
Yeah, so I left it, but it was a shit process because I wasn't just sick, but I got false results, and like I was trying to push through, and I was telling my promoter, I'm like, I'm good, like results are good, I'll be fine.
It's like a domino effect of shit.
Not to mention, if you had gotten the correct results given to you, you wouldn't have went home and cut weight.
Exactly.
And put your body at a severe risk.
If it came back on Wednesday positive, I would have withdrawn the week off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's
out of your control, but at least you wouldn't have hurt yourself even further. Like just cutting your weight at when your body is in, it's trying to survive right now, and then you're basically drowning yourself.
Yeah, I felt real bad for the promotion too, because I did it the last hour, and I'm like,
well, they'd rather that than you die in the ring.
Yeah. Which seriously, if you had pushed through and fought, that could have fucking happened to you, which is so scary.
You go septic, you cooked, you know. And when I got septic when I was younger, I was a lot younger and my body was a lot more resilient. You get a bit older, your body doesn't handle it.
And you probably weren't cutting weight back then either.
No.
I think that's a big turning point for your health as well, is when you're already fucked and then you cut weight.
Yeah.
Like it could go very, very wrong.
Yeah.
And then you get punched in the head the next day. Like I
was worried about body shots. Get hit with a bad body shot. Your organ shuts down. But Mick and Tasman handled it really well. And everyone's really positive about it, and they were respectful and caring, so it's all good.
Yeah, but it's not like you're an idiot and you went out and like sparred like 3 days out from a fight and got cut. You know, like, it was something that you couldn't avoid, and it was just really shit circumstances. So
considering January, like, because I was so sick January, and I was like, I can do it. I went through 10 rounds and got it done, and so I was like, I can do it again.
Easy peasy.
I've done it before.
But like literally two separate things, right? You had gastro.
No, I had a stomach parasite.
Stomach parasite.
And then this bacteria.
Okay.
Which came from, and I asked them what it comes from.
Is it from the parasite?
No. So I've gone down the rabbit hole. I've got a naturopath I see now who actually put me on this, like, I did a 28-day course of antibiotics through the doctors, which was cooked me.
That's a long fucking time.
Well, plus I got given 3 different antibiotics a month prior. I was on antibiotics my whole camp. I had 52 days on antibiotics. Doctors were just giving me shit because they couldn't figure out what it was. Take this. And then when I got on, after I actually found out what it was, I did 28 days, and then I called a naturopath, and I'm like, I need to go down the rabbit hole because
this isn't working.
I've been fucked over by this GP. This one's fucking giving me a false result. I need to figure it out for myself. I'm an adult. I need to make this happen.
Yeah.
And I just went down the deepest rabbit hole, found this guy's page from Byron, and they had a specific spreadsheet on this bacteria. They have no idea how it gets into you. It could be from soiled water. It could be from tainted soil. It could be from heaps of shit. And so I bought everything it said on it, like everything.
Yeah.
And so I was just...
I'll get double.
I was just having like 30 pills a day, just like this like gross like shot thing I got made at Flannery. So they put like 5 different things in it. And then I called him. I'm like, I'm going to book in and have a chat with him. And he pretty much just adjusted my doses. He goes, who have you spoken to? I'm like,
I just found this bitch.
I just downloaded this thing.
I was like, I saw your page.
Dr.
Like,
Benny.
Yeah. And he was like, mate, you're on it. And he goes, just need to adjust it. And then, so it's been like 2 months now. And everything's all good. But it was from...
You're on the mend.
Yeah, from January to now.
That's honestly so fucking scary, dude. Like... Is that like kind of what Ben Askren had or no?
He had pneumonia.
Yeah, bacterial pneumonia.
So was that from staph?
Staph, that got into his lungs.
Fucking staph. I fucking hate staph.
Yeah. I had a similar thing when I was about 13, 14. They don't know how I got it. It was it got into my blood. So staph got into my bloodstream somehow, either through a home job tattoo. Or an ingrown toenail. I'm going to go with the toenail. But it completely, it was laying dormant in my blood, and then I was playing basketball and I got injured, and they think that triggered it, and it went to the left side of my body, and my shoulder completely swelled up. And it actually was so swollen that it dislocated my shoulder as well.
Holy.
And they thought that I dislocated my shoulder without knowing. Which is now I'm looking at it, I'm like, how do my parents accept that? Like, it's just dislocated without knowing. So they sent me home, and it was like 2 weeks later, my ankle blew up, and they took me back to the doctor, and they're like, you need to go to the hospital now. And they rushed me to hospital, and I ended up having a staph infection in my bone. It got into my bone and ate away at my clavicle. So
my God.
That's what that scar there is from.
Holy shit.
Had a drain bag there, but it ate away at my bone, and they said that if my ankle was as bad as my clavicle, they would have amputated.
That's so
and that was like, it just happened within 2 weeks, and my parents were kind of none the wiser, listening, trusting their doctors that, she just dislocated her shoulder and didn't know. And it wasn't until, the next thing blew up. And it makes you kind of question GPs.
I hate them. I hate them.
It's
honestly.
like, how many times can they get things wrong until people start taking it into their own hands and going down the natural pathway, natural path?
Like, how many people have died due to false...
Yeah.
It's
so many people.
It's insane. And you go to them and they go, it could be this. Here's antibiotics.
Antibiotics is for everything.
I'm like, I haven't even fucking had like a positive result. And they're like, just take this, and then you go back in, there's nothing, and then it just goes on. And the amount I think the amount of antibiotics that I took weakened my body, which allowed it to. And they reckon I might have got it from leaky gut too. Okay. Have you ever heard, you know what leaky gut is? So it's like when your bowel or your intestines like kind
starts to leak
from being stressed or run down. It's really common, they reckon.
Or IBS. People with IBS can get it as well.
Wow.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah. So they reckon that
interesting.
There could have been that from run down and stress, and they said because it can come from your own bowels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I reckon the amount of antibiotics the doctors gave me coming up wouldn't have helped.
Fully.
My body fight it.
Have you looked into the antibiotics that they've given you as well? Because there's studies behind how they can weaken your ligaments and things. So people that get strong courses of antibiotics then, blow their knee or blow their shoulder.
Yeah.
So
I'm on antibiotics now.
I don't want to alarm you, but look into it, and then obviously you can make adjustments and things like that. Just be really careful of that, because doctors are just so... they're just so frivolous with it.
They
They're
really
like, yeah,
are.
you take it. They try to give it to my son every time he goes in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's got a cough.
Yeah,
Like,
legit.
he just doesn't need it.
It's
They
crazy.
really don't care, hey? I feel
No, they
attacked
don't.
because I'm on antibiotics because of that stupid cough I had.
Oh,
But like, there's another example. I went to a GP. She goes, "You've got asthma," and I was like, "I've never had asthma in my life."
yeah. I
She's
just
like,
appeared.
you have asthma. I'm like, how the fuck do I just develop asthma?
Do you have
27?
asthma?
Well, I'll tell you, she
Apparently.
literally scripted me four puffers.
Yeah.
I went and got them, and the pharmacist was like, "Oh, why do you need 4?" And I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "This will last you till next year," and I'm like, "I honestly don't think I have asthma, but whatever."
Yeah.
Started using it. Nothing. My cough was not going
Yeah.
away. A week goes by, I see another doctor. Yeah, you've got like a deep chest infection, so here's antibiotics. And I was like, you know what? I'm 3 weeks into a stupid cough. I'm just going to take it.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. So
Well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
eventually, like, I think antibiotics have their place.
yeah.
Time and place.
Yeah.
I think just doctors are very kind of, they're
Yeah, they
just
just
so
throw them.
frivolous with it.
It's like a last resort. Like I'm
Yes.
not
Correct.
going to get rid of this unless I get on this. I'll get on it.
Yes.
But like
Yeah.
when I was younger, after I got sepsis and stuff, I was just like, oh, there's a pimple,
Right.
antibiotics, this, antibiotics.
Freaking
Yeah.
out. I was told I wasn't allowed to get tattoos or any cut because it could come spring back. I think
Next
I
minute.
think my mum just lied to me because I was like, whatever, mum.
You do get a bit of PTSD from it. Though.
Yeah.
Like I've become like a mad germ freak these days.
Yeah, germaphobe.
Yeah, big time.
But look what you've gone through. Like, of course, you're going to be like anal about everything. Like,
Yeah.
I freak out about stuff. Freak
Yeah.
the fuck out about
It's
stuff.
very big in MMA.
MMA, it's massive because you just. Oh, I even get to the point where I'm obviously grappling anyone and I'm just looking at them like, check their body.
Do you
like,
shower?
do you shower 3 times a day with Dettol?
Yeah.
Or else I'm not grappling you.
Legit, there's
Like,
so many bodies on the mat though. Like there's so much skin
Yes.
contact.
And in
then full-
Queensland, the humidity
Yes.
just breeds bacteria as well. It's a bit-
and it's up to the individual to look after themselves. And that's
Yeah.
what frustrates me sometimes because people don't. And they're just like, they might have these hectic sores. And then they're not wearing a long sleeve rushie. They're just wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So it's open. They haven't covered it. I'm like, do you care? Like, if I have something, I will definitely not touch anyone. Like, actually, Ben, Benny, my coach at TFC, he is quite good with it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, check, let me look at your arm. No, you're not grappling. Like, because if it was up to the individual, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are very selfish. Like,
Yeah.
I get when you have a fight locked in
sure.
and say you're sick, you can't help it.
Yeah.
You have to go to training, the flu's going to pass, whatever. But then people that don't have fights or general public that come into the fucking gym
Yes.
and they're sick, it drives me crazy. I'm like, you do not need to be here.
Yeah.
You and your
Yeah.
life doesn't depend on training, right?
Yeah,
Massively.
you're not going to
Stay
get
away.
sick from someone that's just rocking
Yes.
up as a hobby.
It's the
Yeah.
same as clients too, though. Like, I always mess with my client. They rock in and they're like, and I'm like,
You're like, get the fuck out.
motherfucker, are you sick? And they're like, no. I've just
No,
got
I'm not.
I've just got a snivel and hay
Yeah.
fever. I'm like, you've either had a big weekend
Yeah.
or you're sick.
Yeah. It's
Either
so
way,
true.
get
Which
out.
one is it?
Yeah.
If it's both, you're out anyway because
Yeah.
you're not committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
legit.
I'm in fight camp, I literally have a rule. Even my group fitness girls, I'm like, don't come in if you're sick. Like, from 6 weeks out, I'm like, do not see
Yeah.
me. I would rather lose $300 a week and not
Yeah.
get sick at this
Yeah,
point.
massively.
Yeah.
Massively.
So another question I had for you is, what made you want to transition to boxing? Was there something that happened, or you just were like, fuck yeah, I want to punch people in the face instead of kick people? Like,
Yeah. There was so much going on at that time. So like back in we were doing Muay Thai back in the day, there wasn't like a 1FC. There wasn't any of these big mainstream
Yes.
promotions.
Opportunities.
Yeah, and so like I wanted to go. I did my Muay Thai career. I fought Yod. He was number 3 in the world at the time. But like I took that on like a week's notice. Had that same year I had those 9 fights. I did that eliminator, won it. I like had 2 weeks off. Was on the beers, like just relaxing with like friends and stuff, just having my downtime.
Yeah.
Like due earn kind of thing. And then they called me and they're like, his name was Yod Kunpun Sitmonchai. He had like 130 or 140 fights, and they're like, his opponent's just pulled out. do you want to jump in with him? And I was like, you know what it's like.
After my 10th
yeah.
beer,
And you're like, oh, you fight the best, you beat the best, you are the best, and even if I lose,
Yeah.
like I'll get respect.
You got
Yes.
nothing to lose.
I'll get
Yes.
respect for doing it. It's
Yeah,
Muay Thai-
especially on short notice. You got nothing to lose.
And Muay Thai is one of the only sports, combat-wise, in the world that if you lose, you still stocks go up if you have a good crack, you know. And I thought, yeah, whatever, we'll do it. And then so Josh and Wayne couldn't come because they couldn't get time off. So I called Jamie Stamp, who was he's one of my really good old friends. He was an old Thai fighter, and I'm like, hey, dude, like, I know you don't coach, but do you want to come to China?
I need you.
It was in China. I'm like, do you want to come to China with me next week? And he literally said to me, I swear, I quote, he goes, yeah, man, all good. I was talking to Mel and hung up, and then which is his wife. He called me back within like 2 minutes, and he goes, did you just say fucking China? and he like fully just went over his head.
Register.
No, and I was like, yeah, man. Like I told him the story. He goes, yeah, let's do it. And then so me and Jamie went over there, and the first round I won, I felt really good. And then we actually got back to the corner. We made a game plan on the bus on the way to the venue. So Yod was sitting behind us, like the seat behind us. They're
making the game plan while it's
they're
behind you.
cheeky, Ty. They poke you and they laugh. And we were sitting there, and Jamie's like, we should really like have something to go in with. I'm like, yeah. And so we went on YouTube and we were looking through his fights, and he was just dropping everyone with his left hook, like folding everyone. And Jamie's like, you just gotta watch out for that left hook. And I was like, yeah, swear, right.
That's the game plan. Don't get hit with the left hook.
Actually, it was.
And it worked.
First round, I evaded it.
Yeah.
I won it. Second round, he hit me with the left hook, and he dropped.
You're
me,
like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's why he dropped me like a sack of shit. I got up, I cut him off of that, and then I went the third round, just survived, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Got beat up and thrown around, and spinning elbows and jumping knees and sweeped. And
But you didn't get finished.
Nah, I got through it.
That's weird.
Thank God it was 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Because another 2 rounds, I would have been like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
what's common for Muay Thai? Is it 3 rounds normally or 5?
5,
That's more
usually.
common.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
5 twos.
I think so. Yeah.
Boys, no,
five,
men.
5 threes for men. Yeah.
5 twos for girls.
Okay.
Yeah, but over there, it was on Top King, so that was all like
Fast
like
fights.
yeah, just fast in and out, very like high pace. After the fight, they're like, you defended a lot and moved, and I'm like, I don't want to get hit, but they just like that forward
Yeah, okay.
Thai style pace.
Yeah.
And so after that fight, like I had a collapse septum and I was concussed. Apparently, we all went out after. I don't remember a thing after. I don't remember.
not good.
I don't remember leaving the ring in the fight. I don't remember getting home. I don't remember flying.
It was
home.
that left hook, wasn't it?
I don't remember anything after it. It was I know. And so after that fight, I was cooked for a few weeks, and then this was around the time like Jeff Horn was fighting Pac-Man in Australia, like the influencer boxing and stuff.
Yeah, it was taking over.
There was this big wave of like fight sports, and the UFC was starting to pick up, and it just seemed really like it was booming. I thought all my knockouts in Thai boxing were with hands. Like I think I had like 10 knockouts or something, and like 8 were with hands, 2 were with elbows.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking stopping anyone with kicks anyway.
Yeah.
And I think maybe while the momentum's going, because boxing, I saw, Jeff, he went from fighting at the turf club to making millions in one fight. And I thought that doesn't happen in Muay Thai, unfortunately. And I love Muay Thai, and I really do love it, and it deserves more. But at the same time, it's just
There's no
it's
opportunity.
the culture of the sport. You know, they come from Thailand. Those guys fight to put food on their table. We fight for fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to bring their sport over here and make it $1 million sport. It just doesn't happen. So I was like, I want to live this as my career. I just want to fight. It's what I love. I'm not going back to a trade site after this shit's done. So I'm just going to. I sat down with Josh and we just had a really good chat. Like, what do you think we should do? And he's just like, well, it's one or the other. You can't do Thai boxing and boxing.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
got to commit
styles.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, let's just go to boxing. Let's give it a run. And then because I had like 3 or 4 boxing fights, but they were all short notice prior to that. It was like, hey, do you want to fight this weekend? This guy's had a late replacement. It's up at middleweight.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, sweet. You know what it was like? He was like,
Yeah.
Didn't care.
$3,000.
So play money.
Yeah, that's more than I get in Thai boxing for fucking 5 rounds
Yeah,
of elbows. So I jump in and then my first like 4 fights were all knockouts, like first, second round. And I was just like beating undefeated dudes. And,
Yeah.
and I was like, this shit's sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this.
I'm using less tools.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like the deeper you get into it, you start to find better opponents and you start to go, there's a lot more to this than I thought there was.
That was going to be my question because we've spoken about it. And I said the exact same thing about MMA.
Yeah.
And it's funny because what you just said about why you left Muay Thai, I'm the exact same. So it literally got to a point where it's like, I'm not going any further in Muay Thai. There's no opportunity. I too want to do this as my career and full time and I want to earn money from it. So that's exactly why I transitioned to MMA. Same thing. You start off real good. You get on a run. You know, take some names.
Yourself a little bit.
You're like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
And then you get knocked down. You're like, oh. Yeah, it's a lot more dynamic, and like you've got to unlearn things from Muay Thai. You'd be the same, and learn new things. Because I was going to ask you that. How did you go with Muay Thai striking, boxing, like hands, and then molding it into a boxing style?
I found that I could outfight anyone in boxing. Like as far as like boxing, I wasn't as good as a lot of the guys at boxing, but I could outpunch them. I could outfight them. I've had a lot of fights. I was more experienced in the ring. I've had more ring time. I've had more. I've been dropped. I've been concussed. I've been cut. I've had surgeries. Like a lot of these guys that come into the ring boxing, they've had a couple black eyes, couple blood
There's
noses.
a distinct difference between a fighter and a boxer.
Yeah.
And someone that can learn how to box but be a fighter, and that's you.
Yes.
And then there are boxers that are just boxers and competitors.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's your toughness and your experience got you those.
100%.
Yeah.
Got you past these boxers that are very talented.
Yes.
But
for
you
sure.
had that mongrel.
Yeah.
You had that wow factor, I guess, that got you where you are in boxing.
Massive.
And I think it's very important to have that. Fun fact, Benny's fought my husband.
I was like, when are we getting to corner?
I'm like, we're going to get here eventually.
Mention it. I actually cornered against Benny.
I was actually going to say, you guys have a cool relationship. Like, when are we going to talk about this?
And that's what was interesting about your and Adrian's fight is you were both fighters. He was coming from MMA into boxing. He'd been in boxing a little bit longer than you, I believe, when you guys fought. But you were both had that wow factor. You both were fighters. You both had that mongrel, and you both could box. And that's, I think, what made that a brilliant fight.
And it's exciting when you fight someone like Adrian too, because he's about it. He's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't go in acting like this or this. Like, you know, if he wanted to take my legs out, he could. You know, I know. Like, it's this concept of two fighters getting in and doing their thing. And, you know, you get this. I don't mean to shit on boxing, but like, there's so many dicks in the sport. So many guys that just talk like they're a, you know, 40 American millionaire. Everyone wants to be cool, and it's good to link up with people and, you know.
Yeah, like-minded people, and you guys were just there to fight.
Yeah.
You weren't there to talk shit.
Yes.
You weren't there to box and, you know, stick on your jab and and move and look flashy. You guys got stuck into it.
Yeah.
And it was a brilliant fight. I enjoyed that one. It was good. Even
That's
though
so cool. I need to go and watch it.
Adrian lost. Was it a split decision or a decision? I can't remember what it was. But it was a very close fight at that. But it was I think a lot of people are looking forward to that fight because of your guys' background and your willingness to kind of get stuck into it and not just kind of pussyfoot and play that counter game.
Cool.
Long time ago now.
It was. I actually looked at your box rec for today, and I was like, oh wow, I can't believe how long ago. It feels like yesterday for me.
Because you're like 15-0 now.
Yeah, 15-0-1.
No, wait, what is that?
I got a
Draw.
draw.
One draw.
I was like, no contest.
That's not a loss.
I'm forgetting.
Wait, no, 15.
Yeah, you're right.
0-1, yeah.
Yeah. Draws suck.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes wins when their decisions don't really feel like a win to me. Like I want to win.
Yeah.
And then I've never had a draw. I don't know if I'd draw. I'd be like, well, that's you know.
Yeah, it's bad. I
to the
feel like
death.
draws.
Let's go again.
Legit.
I feel like I've been draws have followed me my whole career.
You've had a few?
Well, my first 3 Muay Thai fights were all draws.
No, they
Really? Oh,
my record was 0-0-3. And then when I won my 4th, it was like 1-0-3. And then when I went to, wait, have I had any in MMA? No. Wait.
Don't jinx yourself.
That's not
Oh my God. My debut was a draw.
Oh, no.
My first MMA fight was a draw. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Not this again.
But that is because I grabbed the cage.
Oh, did you get a point taken away from me? Oh.
Yeah. So I won the fight. Like, I beat her. I did beat her. And everyone was like, when it was a draw, they're like, boo, but I do get that I didn't know how to play the game yet.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the cage to get up from a takedown. She took me down. And I was like, cool.
It's kind of,
Did you know you couldn't?
it's instinct.
I don't think I knew.
You didn't know.
I don't think I knew. I mean, I'd watched fights, but I don't know. I don't think I did.
It must be hard not to, right? Though, like
It is. So when you're getting taken down, you kind of want it because you want to post up.
Yeah.
Like you want to stop yourself from falling. So it is instinct.
But
to
I'd never
grab
do
things.
it now because I know.
No, now because you learned
Yeah.
the hard way, you got a draw.
It was so funny because I'd done it twice already and the ref was warning me.
Okay.
But I wasn't listening to him, and then the third time was bad. She like took me down, and I literally just fucking reached and like got up.
Oh, you used it to get up. See, that's different.
Oh,
That's not
my
falling and
God.
catching yourself. That's like, I'm just going to use this.
I'm just gonna get it myself.
Excuse me.
Yeah. But there's so many things I feel like I did in early days of MMA that I was like, oh, I had no idea. But I also had my debut 6 months after training it.
Yeah.
Like I was so fresh to it.
it's hard to change sports and then just,
Forget.
yeah, like even when I started boxing, when I first started learning the go, when people would press me, I would be like,
Clinch.
You want to clean?
like my hands would just come to my face, and I'd be like, "Fuck!" Like, what do I do? And I'd try and
So true.
try and exit, and you start to learn about inside boxing
Yes.
and all the
Yeah.
positions and locking up and clinching.
So
and
you can
spin-
use it as an advantage, but once you get out of that, oh fuck, I don't know what to do, and you go
Yeah.
straight to your muscle memory.
Yeah, honestly, there was
Yeah.
a few times. Like I think that when I fought Bubba the first time, I swear to God, obviously I'd never throw something like an elbow
Yeah.
or anything, but there was one time he threw a punch. And I ducked as if I was gonna like
Spin.
throw a spinning elbow,
Imagine.
but I just ducked, and I was just popped back up. I was like, "Fuck!" I must have looked so stupid just then. Like, it looked like I was
But
trying
in
to
your
turn
head,
away.
you were
Yeah, like
Because it's so natural for you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's so many of those moves that would be so natural. You've done it for your whole life. You've done
Yeah.
Muay Thai for your whole life.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, yours is different, I feel, going from Muay Thai to boxing because you've had to lose
you lose a lot of your weapons.
weapons.
yeah,
Like kicks, elbows. Whereas me, Muay Thai to MMA, I had to I gained
yeah,
wrestling and
true.
jiu-jitsu. And my striking, yes, had to change, but striking, punch,
Yeah.
kick, knee, elbow. I didn't have to stop any of that. So was that hard?
the first short notice fights were like the first when I was taking them on like 2 days. I'm like elbowing and kicking the pads, and then when you put shoes on, you're
You're
like.
like, oh shit.
You're like,
can't
"All
kick
right,
anymore."
yeah, you're right, okay. I've got lead on my feet, like
Yeah.
that. But after like I started learning to box and learning
Yeah.
just fighting, like it wasn't a stress. But there was a point those first like 2 or 3
Few
fights.
close calls.
I just felt like I felt like I didn't know what to do in certain situations,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like you start to learn the sport and go,
Yes.
you layer it a little bit, and you know what to do. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel pressure, well not pressure, but like kind of singled out from the refs? Like they'll be like, all right, no dirty, foul play and no this and no that.
Not so much the refs, the fan base, the public.
Ah,
they were always,
okay.
oh, Muay Thai fighter. He's never
Yeah.
gonna do. I got so many people comments and.
It's always haters, hey?
Yeah, always. They're like, oh, there's a Muay Thai fighter. There's so many Muay Thai fighters have tried. They're just gimmies. They're tough guys for the A side. And
Yeah.
I think after I won like my
He
first,
showed them.
yeah, six or seven, everyone's like, yeah, this guy looks like a boxer now.
Yeah.
He can kind of box.
Yeah. Oh, and now a lot of my fan base never knew I did Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So, you
See,
know
I
what
love
mean?
that.
Love that.
It crosses over.
They haven't even followed you from Muay Thai. They've just found you in boxing.
Yeah. Sometimes
And-
I'll post something kicking and then they'll be like, did you do Muay Thai? And I'm like, yeah,
That's a
dog."
good kick.
Yeah. I had a guy mess me the other day. He goes, I thought you were a demon. He goes, I didn't know you did it. Like, he thought that was just me trying it for the first
Yeah.
time. I'm like, nah, dude.
I'm a natural.
That's really funny because, Volk, Alex Volkanovski, he talks about how there was like a guy, I don't know if he met in person or it was on social media, but the guy literally said to him, bro, I didn't even know you're a fighter in the UFC. I just followed you for your Cooking with Volk.
skits. Oh, the
Cooking
cooking.
with Volk page.
There's no way.
Yeah.
hilarious.
And I'm like, how can you not know, obviously? But
Yeah.
like, it's crazy how his Cooking with Volk has taken off so
Yeah.
much. And some people literally just follow him for that.
And don't even
and forget
realise.
that he's the
I
world,
love that.
the UFC champion.
I
World
love
champion.
that.
That's cool.
Crazy.
Did you ever think about crossing over to MMA? Like when you had the decision, boxing, what are you going to do after Muay Thai? Was
Yeah.
MMA an option for you?
It was.
You've
Yeah.
done some jiu-jitsu.
No.
I thought you did.
I did like 2 lessons for Jesse.
You're like, no, don't touch me.
And I was like, I'm coming, guys, and then never did it again. Truth be told, yeah, but I wanted to because the striking, I love I'm
Yeah.
a striker through and through, and I just with Muay Thai, I love that rogue element where you could just
Throw
jump
whatever.
and spin, and
Yeah.
then you miss something, and you bounce
The
off the ropes and
freedom.
throw
Yeah.
Yes.
head kick, and it was just so much fun for me. So when thinking about MMA, I'm like, it's even more rogue. Like I love
Literally.
it. And then I fought on CMT a couple times, and I felt like I didn't really get hit too much. I felt good with my counters. I felt like I was a lot better than the guys I was fighting.
You were great on CMT. I remember that.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
just free hands.
It was
and-
your style.
Yes,
Because I remember
yeah.
watching those fights and you were just like amazing. Like your striking, your distance, like no one was on par with you technically. And then as soon as you put little gloves on, it was just even more brutal.
Yeah,
like
I
it was
appreciate it. Yeah, and the weird thing is, I never hurt my hands in those gloves either. Like the big gloves, I'm breaking my hands in. The little ones,
Right.
I don't know.
I've never hurt my hands.
I don't know if it's because you're reserving and you're picking your shots or whatever.
Do you know what I think it is? It's the gloves. You feel like an extra element of protection, and you don't clench your fist enough. So you're not, because in MMA gloves you can't be relaxed.
So
Bare knuckle,
true.
you can't be relaxed. I find when I put gloves on, say in sparring, I'm kind of just like lazy clinching, I guess.
Yeah.
And
strong
Adrian the
impact.
same, as he's injured his hands in boxing, but never in MMA.
So strange.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. I think that's it. You have to be
You have to be
tight.
locked in.
Yeah.
I know there's a photo in one of my UFC fights, and I landed this beautiful right hand, and it was like this. My wrist was all. I was like, no wonder it didn't do anything. But it would have been a beautiful. I can't even share the photo because I was like.
You have to share that though. You have to share it now.
Find it now. Yeah, it's like my wrist is all bent. And I'm like, oh my God. And that I still didn't break anything, I guess. But my hand was clenched. My wrist just wasn't locked in.
Oh God. Yeah.
That's lucky. Yeah. We well, what I was going to ask too is, how do you go with social media, hate, trolls, positivity, social media in general?
Yeah, it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
It really is. It's so rogue. Look, you can take the internet one of two ways, negatively or positively, and that's subjective to the person. You can get two people next to each other and one person's, judging and comparing and their life sucks, and then one person uses it to help other people and helps to boost their social profile and make money.
Yeah.
Two different worlds, two different opinions. It just depends how you use it, I guess. I would like to get off it a little bit more, but a part of the business is you got to be on it.
Yeah.
I've made all of my connections, long-term friends, sponsors. I've connected with some of my favourite fighters in the world overseas. I've connected with promoters, managers, friends, everything through social media.
Yeah.
So I'm a big pro social media guy.
Yeah.
I think it's great if used for the right reasons. All my content, I just try and be very just like a normal dude. Just try and be myself, not act like a dick or try and be a certain way.
No fake persona.
No, because eventually it gets
catches
exposed. Like you guys know better than anyone. When you fight, your real self comes out. Whether you're fighting, whether you're getting angry, whether you're getting hurt, you can't hide who you are when you get into a certain situation.
Yeah.
If you act like a certain way, and then you get in there and you get into that situation, it'll show who you are. And I'm not going to be one of them guys that talks this and then doesn't do that.
Acts this and talks this.
I'm just going to be
That's so
myself.
true.
I like the concept of being really friendly and overly nice and then be a fucking savage in
Yes.
there. I like
Yeah.
that concept of it, But I don't know. The hater side of thing, it's going to happen. You look at any sport, you look at any like celebrities pages, you look at fighters, you look at soccer players, like there's so much hate everywhere. I think,
And like what Beck said, if you're ever doing something worthwhile or good with your life, it's going to come. It's always going to be there.
yeah, and you just got to like not. It's so hard not to because
is.
I get drawn into
It's
it
really
sometimes.
hard.
I'm like, I'll just look at one or two of them. Fucking
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to let them know.
yeah.
Sometimes you're like, no, that's too
I feel
far.
like you're so good at that. You would be so savage.
Yeah, I can be really nasty.
Whereas I try to be and I'm like, delete.
No, my favourite is replying and then I block them and then they can't respond.
Yeah.
So they
Gotcha.
they go to respond and they're like, damn it, I can't hit send.
That's actually a good idea.
We get a lot of creeps on our Instagram. Do you get a lot of creep girls or
Or
guys?
Guys.
Guys! It's always the guys.
Jake, my Jake, used to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And all of them were guys.
Yeah. They
love it.
What are some of the creeps that you...
Oh, I'm not even going to say some of the comments. Like
that bad?
Emily put up something on TikTok a while ago. It was me training Lenny. And I was like getting him like up. And I was like, sit, good boy. And like it just went to the wrong market.
Oh, no.
And the comments.
One of the guys was like,
You know what?
do it to me.
You have,
I can sit for you.
have you seen the comments?
No.
I'll send
gotta
it. I'll
see it
send
now.
it to you after
We'll put them on the
this.
screen. No.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after this. Like, thank you for the support, and it means a lot. But honestly, you look at the comments, and I'm just like, far out. They're pretty rough. I won't even say.
Are you ashamed of your species?
No, I just like, ooh. But I don't know. Like I said, the internet's weird, but it's all subjective, I guess.
It is.
I'm a fan of it though.
Yeah, I think I don't like the hate. Like I feel like people that feel the need to hate on people on social media. Like if I don't like something, I'll just keep scrolling.
Yes.
I don't feel the need to comment and tell them how much they suck or how much I think they suck.
Yeah.
But even like the creeps or like not the creeps, but people that are obviously following you for your looks and not your fighting. I still like I appreciate it. Because it's all support, whether they're attracted to you or not. But yeah, I don't really like the hatred on there. But it's you can't like it's gonna be there regardless. So it's how you deal with it.
Yeah, and that's why the best thing is just to be yourself. Because if someone hates on you for
being yourself,
you're just like
it can't affect you.
It doesn't matter, you know. But then. Yeah, I feel like everyone's put this big thing up when they're fighting, and then they get all the hate, and then they implode on themselves, and they get all you know, it just doesn't stress me. You know, I think I've got so much more support than I do. Like
it outweighs it.
That's good. And even if I had 1,000 more people hating on me, the ones that are positive are so positive. Like I can't. You know, my direct circle, my wife, my coaches, my friends, my family. Like I don't really need.
The ones
That's
that
all
matter.
you care about.
Yeah, nothing else really matters. And the older you get, the more you realise that you go, fuck, like when I was younger, I wanted everything, and now I just want this, you know. So
it literally shrinks. Hey,
yeah, it does.
Everything shrinks.
Yeah.
Like I'm living in a granny flat. We're both living in a granny flat.
I'm living
like, you know what?
in a tiny
We're
house.
both in a tiny house with sausage dogs. But it literally gets like that because I feel like me and Jake have fully like downsized our lives.
Yeah.
And from the outside, maybe it's like, oh, why? But it's like, I'm happy. I love my little granny flat. I love my little sausage dog. It's all I need.
Yeah.
You know, you spend less time at home, so you're actually doing more. Like you're like busy with work, busy with training.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like as you get older, you just fucking downsize.
Your perspective changes, I think.
Fully. What's
things
important.
that matter.
Yeah. So true.
What's goals? What's Benny's
that's
goals?
going to be my next question.
Stole it from you, too slow.
But like long term kind of thing?
Any.
Let's
This
do
year,
both.
well, this year we know November is obviously your goal to
We
fight.
should all be November.
We're all
considering.
Yeah.
Let's all just put it out there, pray to the fight gods November for all three of us.
That would actually be so good.
Yeah.
If we all get fights in November.
Yeah.
How good would that be?
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously the goals to win a world title, like that's long term. Like that's as a fighter, there's not much else
No,
you
there
want to
isn't.
achieve. And sometimes you get caught up and going, oh, the money and where I need to get what I've set out to do, and the rest will come with that. I think.
Yeah.
You know, the first step of that would just be winning a regional title, which would be. I'd either defend the one I've got, I'll fight for the international, or I'll go to another sanction. It just depends what that looks like.
Yeah.
Once I break top 15, it's just about burning through the top 15.
It is, isn't
it's
it?
just, all right, now I'm in here. One of you guys got to fight me, fight the next guy, beat him.
Yeah.
You beat the right guy in the right way.
You get that ranking and then you get that opportunity.
You could go, not, mandatory, but you could go into contention for it. You know, there's a pull out any time and you
Stay
get
ready.
the call up. Like, so that's going to be the goal for me moving in the next, 6 months to a couple years. I just want to stay really fit, really healthy. Not put too much pressure on it. Just keep steady, keep healthy.
Focus on the process,
the
and we'll get there.
process.
Yeah, I got to tattoo it on me. Trust the process, because it literally can happen at any time.
Yeah, it can. It can. And just try and put some moolah in the bank and just keep
That's the
riding
hardest
this out.
part about fighting.
Staying on
Fucking
top,
hell.
but staying on track.
Or staying out of poverty.
Yeah. Sponsors are very
Sponsors are
the best thing in the world. And we're very lucky to have who we have. So, just keep churning.
Speaking of, do you have sponsors you'd like to shout out?
Mate, I've got the biggest list on my phone. But
I will just get them out.
no.
Everyone.
Everyone.
I've got such a big list of guys that are supporting me.
They are huge. They're a huge thing in fighting and for fighters and athletes. They play a huge part, I think. And I know like people go, oh, and you want to shout out your sponsors, but I don't think the general population realize how you wouldn't be able to do the things that you're doing without this support, without these small businesses, Australia or worldwide, that are choosing you. They chose you to support, and they're putting not only their money, but they're putting, I guess they've got a vision for you as well, and they see you going somewhere, so they're supporting you also
massively
through money and through just being there for you. So they play a huge part.
I feel like a lot of people like try and, even the fighters, sponsor got to do a post. I'm like, dude, these people like are helping you.
Yes.
And they don't have to help you.
No, that's it. They chose you.
And let's be real, like when you put a patch on your shorts, how many people go, bzz, 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 oh, that brand, I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
How much are they getting out of it? It's in your socials, it's in the way you treat people, it's the way you represent them. Then, whether it's you have a conversation with a random person and you drop a sponsor's name in there it's just, you can't just expect the world out of your sponsor. And I think when we do get sponsors, people take the piss out of it. And
they burn a lot and they leave a sour taste in a lot of companies' mouths because some fighters have taken advantage of it or don't appreciate them as much as they should.
Massively.
It's a two-way street.
Big time. And then when you start to, go in the right direction together.
You both grow together.
Magic happens. But I'm very, very lucky, very fortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really good at your content with sponsors. You're always supporting them. And
it's organic. It's not like this forced, like, oh, go out and buy this iPhone. Like, it's actually like you do actually use their products. And, it's very organic
you've got hair on
marketing.
Your head. Look at this, guys. Can we zoom in here? I feel like, I don't want to use or market a brand that I wouldn't genuinely use.
It doesn't align with you. Yeah.
And a lot of, like, I don't want to, sure if, a plant company comes along and goes, we'll give you $1 million. I'll be like, I love plants. Plants are my favorite. I've got a big plant tattoo. But I feel like most, or all of them, like all the sponsors that I have, I represent in a way that I would use them without having a sponsor as well.
I think that's important for sponsors as well, if anyone's listening to us right now, is finding the athlete or the brand or the person, say we're a brand, I guess, whatever we are, two fly girls. You got to make sure it aligns with your brand as well. Massive. So like forcing someone, not forcing, but offering someone a sponsorship, but they wouldn't ever use your product or they don't really line up with your product. And you can tell it's just never going to work. So I think it's important, these brands kind of pick and choose who they want to get behind and make sure it's kind of a good fit.
Organic. Yeah.
Not just because they're the most up and coming or they're the stars that are, making the biggest noise right now in a promotion. If the brand doesn't line up, it's not going to work, no matter how many fights they've won.
Yeah, you can't be jumping from leaving people behind.
Yeah. What's my last question, and then we'll wrap it up. What's your dream fight?
My dream fight?
Yeah.
To be honest, I know this is so boring, but I don't really have one. Like,
boring.
I just picture, like, when I think about fighting, I think about when I'm done. I think about, like, when my kids are growing up. And I just think, like, if there's a photo of me, like, I'm going to win a world title, and that's not what I'm trying to say, but win, lose, or draw in that sense. If there's a photo of me throwing a punch and hitting the best fighter in the world or one of the best fighters in the world, and it's on my mantle with my trophies and my belts and in my memorabilia, like, for me, that's
it.
Yeah.
That's it. I think, like, if I can get in and fight one of the best to ever do it, it shows that I've made it to the elite 0.0000001 of anyone ever will. I am in that pinnacle, and I don't care if it's, anyone. It could be bloody Canelo, someone that would kill me, Crawford. He would beat the shit out of me, but I would fucking land a jab. I'm telling you. Get the camera ready.
You better get this shot. No pressure.
I'd be like,
imagine.
Get that.
I got DQ'd, but
I landed it.
Yeah.
Legit though, but like just to get in there with those guys and to throw some punches and to mix it up with the best in the world.
That's what it's for. That's what you're doing this for.
100%.
To see how far you can get.
I'm not doing this to fight domestically.
Right.
I'm not doing this to fight the same dudes. I'm not doing this to, let's go overseas and run the hot shot and do the wrong decision. I want to keep fighting until I'm at that very, very top percent. And
until you've earned that top percent too.
And the GOAT conversation goes on forever. That's subjective to what bloody area you're born in. But
that's for sure.
I just want to be one of the best guys in the world. On paper, who did I fight? Who did I beat?
So true.
You can't argue with the receipt, and I just want to be one of the best, and I want to compete with the best, and that's all that I really want to do when it comes to fighting whoever it may be.
Yeah. Love that.
Fuck yeah.
What a good note to finish on.
We'll end that on a positive note.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck with your next fight. Hopefully November.
You don't need luck.
No, you don't need luck. Why am I even saying that?
Good vibes.
Gosh.
Yeah, good vibes. But no, it was awesome chatting to you, so thank you.
Thanks for having us on, guys. I appreciate it.